This is ATX Comedy Hour, a monthly stand-up comedy showcase at the Spiderhouse Ballroom in Austin, Texas, presented by the New Movement Theater.
Folks, your next comic is another dear friend, one of my very favorite people. She co-hosts Block Party TNM at 9:30 on Thursdays. You've also seen her at South by Southwest Underground and Moon Tower. Please welcome to the stage the very funny, yes you did, Christina Parrish. Christina Parrish. She's been on Conan.
Oh, folks, I just said a Rob Gagnon thing. It's kind of cold outside. That's observational. It's a little bit chilly, and I was walking here, from across the street, and like this small child with a giant coat on, came and approached me, and was like, "Do you want any shockers?" And I was like, "No, sweetie, your fingers are too small, but I'm sure if you do it over and over again, I'm bound to feel something." Just wanted to start off on a silver lining. I want to get to know you guys, but not right now, and I want you guys to get to know me, right now. And a little bit about myself is, some girls are just woo, and they're just always saying woo, and they have weird streaks in their hair. But I'm the type of, person who would be, who would break their own hymen so that you didn't have to feel responsible for me later. I just don't want any guilt trip, I'm a late notice. I've dated, once, and it was, nothing says date me like I hit a dog, anyways, what I'm saying is I hit my dog. It's fine. She's a bad girl, right? You men can relate. Patriarchy. Anyways, so I dated once, and it was a crazy, crazy time. I was laying down, and you guys and you ladies, you guys just know how to do to each other. And the guy, he was looking at me in the eyes, and he said just a charming old thing. He said, "I'm gonna murder you one day," and then squeezed my face. I'm serious. And I thought to myself, oh no, this was so nice just a second ago. You have a pompadour, I kind of trust you. And I was just thinking, I'm aware, as a lady, I know about Ted Bundy, I know about men. And it's just I'm not in the blue or the dark, anything dark colored. And so I was just thinking to myself, oh, Jesus, and he squeezed my face, and I thought, oh, shit. He's gonna do that Texas Chainsaw Massacre thing where he rips my face off and then puts it on his face and then fucks my dead body. And if there's anything more frightening than dying, it's being fucked by your face, not on your body. So, it was just a lesson. I guess I have a job. I hate it. We laugh, but we know that we hate it. And I hate my job, and it's weird, because when you're a kid, all you care about is dear God, it's me, Margaret, and a period. And then when you're an adult, you're oh my God, I just wish someone would pay me to sleep, and I do. I just wish someone would pay me to sleep and then wake up and then go back to sleep again. So I'm in the constant rotation of never making social contact. And I have a job, I work at a call center. Just I don't know if you guys have ever worked at a call center, but please do not make any noise, because I will take the bullet for us. It's the worst job in the world. It's like people, like a guy got a bunch of people who like were socially unaware and had like crazy acne underneath their face and put them in a room that was like no windows, just manila colored walls and a computer that says fuck you. And I worked there, and you know, like I'm an employment specialist, so like I help people find jobs, which is crazy because I couldn't even help myself find a better job. And I worked there, and you know, you never know how important an email address is until you've said another person's email address out loud. You know, Lil Black Love Life at Verizon.net. Her name was Judith. I had one the other day. Squirt _ lady 69 at rocketmail.com. Right? Oh, did I help her out and did we have a good conversation? No squirting involved, just a nice lady looking for an education. It's weird. If any of you have a 420 or a heavy D in your email address, leave the goddamn building and burn. You know, it's just like, I'm sorry, that was super aggressive. Just stay here and burn inside. I will. You know, like, no employer is gonna say, like, oh, so I'm gonna send you your employment application and all that, and I see that, oh, your email is ChevyMan_sexy at Verizon.com? All right, well, you know, do you know how to spell your name? Kind of? Ah. Well, same here. Welcome to Easy Pond. Easy Pond. The business stemmed from trying to be a business. I'm sponsored by Easy Pond. I'm just trying to be a human. I've never had like an adult job like this where like I feel like I'm slowly turning into like my grandmother, you know, like I'm excited for lunch and like I can't wait to use the restroom. Oh, I hope it's a good one. I hope it leaks for a long time. I hope there's like a seed in it from the watermelon I ate last night. Just to prove that we're all made of watermelons. That's a weird visual. But I have like a she was like a friend, and she's like but not like a friend, just like a person who I say hey, and then she says hey, and then we leave. We don't talk to each other. Her name, I'm not gonna tell you her name because I don't want to embarrass her, but so I'm gonna say that in this story, her name is O'Reilly Auto Parts. And O'Reilly Auto Parts just loves to buy me stuff. Every day I come in, there's a muffin. Sometimes she'll message me through our weird old system saying, hey, I'm gonna buy you pluckers today. Anything you want, right? I can't afford pluckers. I spend too much money on things that are not pluckers. And she's just like really enthusiastic about me, O'Reilly Auto Parts, you know. She gives me hugs from the back, you know. Like she's gonna get on my back and ride me away out of the job. And then I feel her pubic bone on the back of my tailbone. Like she's gonna sync up with me. Woo! I don't know. And O'Reilly Auto Parts is such a goofball. She wrote her name on my little book that I have that I just draw like really weird pictures at work, and she wrote her name on it. She snatched it like she owns me, and that's fine. And she wrote text me. She had her digits on there, which are numbers, and I texted her, to tell her what my orders were. It's like I'm a queen or something for once. Finally, people get it. Women. Anyways. But I text her my number, and like a couple days later, I'm sitting on my bed. I just did shrooms for the first time. And, you know, the walls were moving, and I claimed that I was a movie case. And that's real, too real for me to talk about. I cried so much, and so I'm sitting there on my bed, and I get this call, and it's O'Reilly Auto Parts. And I say, oh God, it's 9:30. Why is O'Reilly Auto Parts giving me a ring? So I answer, and she says, hey. And, you know, it starts off like I'm thinking that she's going to ask me to hang out. And then I'm like, going to say no, of course, because I have nothing in common with this woman, except that she tries to sync up with me. And so she calls me, I answer, you know, and she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing, I can't concentrate. And I was like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm in San Antonio. Which means she just called to chat, right? She just called to chat with me. But the last note that we left off on was that she was leaving work to go to see, like, go get her kid because CPS came and picked him up, right? So that was like the only thing that I had to reference to out of everything. And I'm like, so she's like, I'm in San Antonio. I said, what are you doing in San Antonio? She's like, I'm dancing. And I was like, oh, cool, you're on a dance team. Right? And she's like, no, I'm a stripper. I said, oh, what a neat dance team. Do you guys have health care? No, you guys just have adrenaline. And so I was like, I don't know what to say. She's just trying to talk to me. And she's like, do you have a boyfriend? And I was like, oh no, O'Reilly parts. Do I have a boyfriend? No. And she's like, well, I have a girlfriend. I'm like, I want you to touch my parts. I was going to finish that on a big note, but anyway, she doesn't talk to me. She rolls her eyes every time she sees me. I also kissed her in the back. Anyways, a part of this job, which is kind of crazy, is that, like, I don't know if you guys have ever, like, had, like, a job that's 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, but, you know, part of our job is to ask people what their long-term goal is as an employment specialist. And a lot of the time, you'd be surprised that people just say staying alive, right? And I can't help but agree, you know, because I think about killing myself every day. And it's a beautiful thing, you know? Like, what if I was to just hang myself in front of everybody while they were on the phones, right? What a sight. They would not be expecting it, right? The other person on the line would be like, what's happening? And the other person would be like, someone just killed themselves. Are you still looking for employment? We're hiring. It's just cycle. My name's been Christina Parrish. Have a good night.